Today I have a huge box and I want you to take a couple seconds and don't cheat. Don't look at the title of the video, because I always do this and everyone always looks at the title of the video and they're like, oh Linus, I didn't have to guess because I just looked at the title of the video, ha ha ha. Okay, try to actually guess what it is without looking at the title of the video. It's a heatsink. It's a heatsink and the box is like the size of my head. Look at this. Had I turned it like this yet? Cameraman screwed up, he pressed the wrong button. So this is the Silver Arrow. It is compatible with LGA 1366, 1156, 775, as well as AMD socket AM2, AM3. So it's compatible with every socket on the market that matters, and it is huge, according to the box anyway. I haven't actually got it open yet, so I'm not 100% sure. The first thing I find inside is just a listing of everything that comes in the package. So it shows you all the different mounting hardware you get. It actually comes with a little wrench. It comes with some little vibration dampening triangles. It comes with some thermal compound. All right. Then we have a little exploded view. Oh, and a sticker. So this is an exploded view of how to operate the Intel mounting hardware. Okay, so there's step-by-step instructions on the back. They show you how to line up all the different holes for 775, 1156, and 1366. And then here we have the AMD mounting hardware, which is actually way simpler. It's just a little bracket that clamps down on top of the cooler and then goes right into the stock backplate from your AM2 or AM3 socket. So you can see it's only a 6-step process, including like plugging in the fans and stuff. So that's very, very straightforward on the AMD side. Here we have a Thermalright sticker, and here we have all of the included goodies. So this, okay, the first thing that comes to mind, besides the fact that the fans are kind of an unattractive color, is the fact that this has the thickest heat pipes on it out of any cooler I have ever seen. So let's have a quick look at these fans. These look like 140mm fans, but they actually use a circular frame and 120mm mounting holes. So that means that you should have better compatibility with most cases on the market, or with most coolers on the market, although these are obviously designed to be used with this particular cooler. But you do get that additional fan blade size, and you do get a little bit more airflow out of it. And in theory, a 140mm fan spinning at the same RPM as a 120mm fan is going to net you more airflow and better cooling. So, okay, here, we'll have a look at the accessories that are included first. And then I'll show you the cooler. I know, if you want, you can just skip ahead and see the cooler. But if you want to see the accessories, then this is the time to see them. Okay. Lots and lots and lots of stuff included here. So the first thing we see, these are some mounting clips for the fan. So we have 4, because this is a dual fan cooler. So you can hook up 2 fans. Then we have the included wrench, as well as some included CF3 thermal compound. Okay, next we have the AMD mounting hardware. So the way this one works, oh no, this is a universal piece. Okay, so this is the hold down for the cooler in general, as far as I can tell. Okay, this is the AMD specific piece. And then this is the Intel hold down, as well as the Intel backplate. So you can see it's got the slidable posts, so you can go through 775, 1156, or 1366 without any difficulties. All right, we've got some thumb screws here that are actually not just thumb screws. They're the ones that you can actually screw something into the top of as well. Okay, so mounting system all looks very, very solid. Every single piece of it is made out of like thick steel. Look how thick the steel is. So you don't have to worry about anything getting broken if you're shipping your system. Like NCIX, the store I work at, we actually build systems, and you can buy a system with an aftermarket cooler on it. But if you buy one that has a cheap mounting system that's made out of some kind of brittle plastic or anything like that, then the cooler can actually, I mean, look how big this thing is. It could snap off in shipping. But as long as you include like a huge steel backplate and mounting bracket for it, it's not going anywhere. So that's something that you might not think about if you're just your average end user, but is very important to a system builder who's considering using a heatsink like this in a system. So this is the Silver Arrow. Okay, the heat pipes are not as big as I had originally thought. I thought the heat pipes were actually this big, but these look like they're just 8mm heat pipes, which are still huge. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. This reminds me already a lot of the Co-Gauge Arrow. So this is the Silver Arrow, which is released under the Thermalright branding. As you may or may not already be aware, Co-Gauge is owned by Thermalright. So it's not like we're seeing Thermalright knock somebody off. I want to make sure nobody thinks that. There's our obligatory finger shot where you can see how shiny and typically how flat Thermalright's bases are. So this is not them ripping it off. This is them taking the Co-Gauge branded design, making it more blingy. So unlike the Co-Gauge one, which uses a flat finish on all of the fins, this one actually uses a very, very shiny finish. So I can see myself in this, no problem. Let's see if I can look at the camera there. Yeah. So you can see my glasses in the top of it. So that means if you have a lit case, like if you have any cathodes or anything like that in your computer case, you will be able to see the light shining off this really nicely. The overall design of it looks quite similar. The Arrow uses huge thick heat pipes as well. And you know what, since I'm not really talking about anything else for now, why don't I just sort of have a quick look at how to mount the fans. So if it works the same way as the Arrow, which I'm going to go ahead and assume it probably does, we're going to use the little Okay, well, we'll use the fan clips then. Ah, there they are. We'll use the little triangles, which I have found now, as a vibration dampening thing. Okay. I sure hope I'm right about this. Yeah, I'm right. Okay, good. I hate it when I make assumptions and I end up not being right. So we just go ahead and throw those on the corners. Now that's not going to have a negative impact on performance because not a whole lot of airflow goes through the corner anyway. So then all you do is you position your fan in the right place. So you can actually use 120mm fans, but I'm using the included Thermalright ones here. And then you use your clips to put them through the hole here. Ah, they use quite a flexible clip with this one. That's really nice. Makes it a lot easier to thread it through the hole in the top and the bottom of the heatsink. So just like that. Just being careful to drive it through straight because it actually has to go through quite a good number of these fins. And then all you do is position the fan in the right place. And go like that. Then you do that on both sides and you have mounted the fan. Now it's got a ton of fan mounting options. You can mount it with one fan here, one fan in the middle, one fan on the other side, so you can do up to 3 fans, or you could even just do one in the middle. So you can see you got mounting holes here, 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 and here. So while there's not enough room for 2 fans in the middle for obvious reasons, you can use either of these two to mount the middle fan, and then you can mount 2 fans on the outside as well. So it's very, very flexible in terms of mounting options. And one thing that I have noticed about the Co-Gauge Arrow, which I'm going to assume is the same for the Silver Arrow, is that the motherboard compatibility is a little bit better than some of the competing huge dual tower coolers such as the Noctua NHD14. The reason for that is just the way they've positioned the heat pipes here keeps them a little bit more out of the way of your motherboard MOSFET coolers. So I actually was able to mount the Co-Gauge Arrow on a motherboard that I wasn't able to mount any other huge high performance coolers on. So thank you for checking out my unboxing of the Thermalright Silver Arrow, and I hope you have enjoyed it.